Hi guys. So this video is going to be me showing you all how to do your exercise for physical contact and proximity. And so basically what that means is physical contact is anytime our body makes contact with either a person, somebody else's body, or something physical like the floor, the wall, the door, right? That anytime we touch something, that's physical contact. Proximity is just how close something is to you or how far away. And usually when we're talking about proximity, we're talking about how close. And so for this exercise, what y'all are going to be doing is you're going to be pretending you are inside a very small box. So this is kind of like that typical mime thing that you would think of, like the guy that's like, right, stuck in the box. And so this is going to be hopefully a more simple version of that. So the big tips before we get started. Remember, the idea is you are inside of a box, right? You're inside of within four walls, right? And so you want to make sure that your hands are what's touching the wall, right? So your hands should come out a little bit farther over your feet. We would never stick our feet directly up against the wall, directly with our hands, and think we were going to move around like that, right? Your hands are always a little bit going to be, the wall is going to be a little bit further away from you than your feet are, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to move. And so remember that. The second thing I want you to remember before we get started is remember to keep your hands level and on the same. Notice that when I turn to the side, you can't see this hand unless I like make a big deal of it. That's what you want. You want your hands to be level and the same. The illusion or like the appearance of there being a wall is not going to work if one hand's over here and one's over here. That's not a flat wall, right? So keep them level, keep them at about the same, okay? And the last tip is remember walls, right? I don't know anyone who can just pass through walls, right? If you run up against the wall's gonna win. And so you want to maintain that idea here. You want your movements to be very careful because you want to show the space that you're in, okay? And so just keep those things in mind as we get started. I'm gonna turn my camera and flip it over because this angle I think is a little bit better to show you the areas of the box. So the 2x2 box, here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna start off facing front, full front to the audience. You're gonna put your hands up in front of you and you're going to take 2 steps to the right, okay? So I know to you guys that's gonna look different because of the camera angle, right? And stage directions, but here we go. So I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna move my feet at the same time that I'm moving my hands. So 1, again, my hands are up against the wall of the box. That's 1 step. And 2 step. And my second foot is always following behind. Now I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna take the hand I started with, this one right here, and I'm gonna put it on the other wall of my box. I'm gonna turn my whole body to the right so that my feet are in profile. So here we go. Feet are in profile. And now I'm going to, that was my step 1. So I'm gonna bring my other hand over to the new wall. Notice I'm adjusting my hands on camera because I can see that my hands are not level, so now they are. I'm gonna take 1 more step to the right again. And now I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I'm gonna put my hands on the back wall of my box. So I'm gonna start with my first hand, I'm gonna angle it, I'm gonna turn my feet, quarter, 3/4, 3/4 right. Now I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna move it to that wall. Now I'm in full back. I'm gonna take 1 step to my right. And again, my second hand follows. I'm gonna do another turn. Now I'm in 3/4 profile, back to profile. It's kind of in 3/4 now, back to profile. And then now I'm going to go back to full front. So I'm going to take the hand I started with, put it back on the wall here, angle my foot, bring it in, and now I'm back to about where I started from. So you guys, I hope you all try it at home and let me know how it goes in your response question.